CeeDee, fourth quarter and in overtime, you, Dak, George, kind of went on a heater. Talk about how you guys can build on that going forward and going into the Bears game.
I mean, it was fun. Great time for us to start clicking on all cylinders. I feel like Shotty did a great job of, trusting in our ability and using us to our full advantage. Obviously, we lost Turk, so that was tough, and it had no choice but for us to step up, and that we did.
CeeDee, what do you like most about the way this offense has played as a whole through 2 games?
I mean, our ability to score. Our ability to score. We're able to run the ball. We're able to do pretty much anything that we want. We haven't had many penalties, but we stay on top of that. We should be good going throughout the season.
Last week you said Dak was hooping. Is he playing the best football of his career? I mean, the way he started the season so far.
The best. It's only 2 weeks. I mean, he been hooping though, for sure. But let's let him do it some more, and then the answer will be yes, though, for sure.
But
for sure. He's doing his thing.
The
though.
accuracy, everything else.
Absolutely. Dak's playing his best ball, and I'm happy for him. Hope he continue doing the thing, and results in our win column.
Along those lines, a couple of specific plays. When you were doubled, he throws it over the guy in front of you. You go up and catch it, 1. And then 2, when he hits Ferg to set up the long field goal and a regulation. Can you talk about the work, the time on task that goes into having the confidence to make those throws and make those
Yeah,
plays?
man, that's all the offseason. That's all in the offseason, time and trust and the ability to just, again, trust in one another that we're going to do our job. And that's for him. Me seeing that ball in the air, I just knew it was one thing. I mean, obviously he trusts me to go get it, so that I did. And then for Ferg, them boys, that's a lot of bank reps, up the seam and just doing different things with each other and seeing each other plenty of times. Again, asking questions in the film room and just getting on the same page. And then when we get out there, just do what we ask.
Pick said yesterday it's like pick your poison with you guys because you got you and him on the outside, you got Turpin in the middle, you got Ferguson in the middle. It's all open.
Yeah, it is. If you go look at the tape, somebody open at least one time. If I'm not getting doubled, I'm sure I am. If GP got one-on-one, I'm sure he is. If Turp got one-on-one, I'm sure he is. If Ferg got one-on-one, I'm sure he is. So it's fun to be on the offense like that, and I feel like for us, we just got to keep building. I mean, again, it's only been 2 weeks into the season. I don't want to toot our own horn too early, but we just got to keep working, keep doing what we do. And we knew that going into the season that we were going to have a good start to the season. We just got to, keep our head down, keep the main thing.
Shotty, what was Shotty like today at practice?
What was Shotty like today at practice? Man, we trying to get some things done. We ain't here to mess around, man. He's hard on us, obviously, preaching competitive stamina and continuing to fight throughout all 4 quarters of the game. And I feel like with that, continue to preach that, it's going to show up.
Shotty mentioned that last year when Dennis Allen was against you guys with the Saints, he double-teamed you a lot. That's the coordinator you're going up against this week. What's it like when you know someone's coming in and their game plan is to definitely double you?
I mean, I'm still going to go attack. Until I see the double, even if I do see a double, depending on the route, I'm going to win and do whatever I got to do for my team. If I got to take 2 guys, everybody else know that they got one-on-ones. I mean, that's pretty easy, especially if we get a week's notice. You know what I'm saying? So just very entertained by that, excited, and excited for the challenge.
CeeDee, has there been some specific, as you prepare for the Bears defensive backs, has there been any specific across the hall this week? I mean, in terms of their Andre Curtis and Eberflus and the guys that know their DB personnel so well?
Not really, because our guys from here went there. So, I mean, we've had plenty across the halls. I know I'm very familiar with their Al Harris. I'm very familiar with Noshawn. I'm very familiar with a couple guys that's out there playing. So just studying the film that we had and just going in and really just telling the guys as to how the technique is being played and how we should run these routes. Just giving my input, essentially. Obviously, I let the coaches do their thing, but as for me, just the things that I've experienced already and I already know, just telling the guys so they be aware and go from there.
CeeDee, are you at the point of just expecting to be double teamed now often?
Yeah, no, it's to the point to where, like, I'm not surprised. So if I see a double team, I'm like, okay, cool. But if I don't, I'm like, all right, bet. Then we'll come back to that, and we're going to have some fun.
Is there, like, a comfortability? Maybe you've gotten with double teams. Maybe there's been things you've learned, nuance on how to handle it.
I mean, this is not my first time getting double teamed in my life, I will say. So as far as being double teamed, I'm kind of accustomed to it. It's just, I mean, it's not like it's not impossible to beat a double team. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a firm believer in that. That's always been my mindset. So as for me, it's just training to beat a double team. And for my guys, they just got to go beat one-on-one. So.
We were talking a few minutes ago about how somebody open on every play.
Yeah.
What kind of responsibility goes along with that for you guys on offense?
Win your one-on-one. I feel like it's fairly simple. Just being able to play this game for a long time in your life, I feel like if I told you you can go, you just got to go beat one guy to go win, I'm pretty sure a lot of people in this league would be excited. So for my guys, just, again, building that comfortability and that aggressiveness, that excitement, and everything else in between just to go dominate their one-on-one. You win your 111, we win this game.
With George last week after the game, he said it was the happiest he's been on a game day in his career. How do you see that? How do you sense that?
I'm happy for him. I mean, we were having fun out there. Obviously, once we seen that the toll or the momentum of the game started to switch in our favor, and it was fun. I mean, we took it and ran with it. Obviously, we built that momentum on our own, and being able to come together as a team and, man, lock arms and go ahead and do what we do. And that was to win the game. And, I mean, it was rough, but at the end of the day, it's all about winning in this league.
For him, though, as far as just like fitting in, how would you describe what you've seen as far as just...
That man don't got to fit in. He stand out. GP is a hell of a player, man, and there's plenty more excitement where that's coming from.
CeeDee, Dak was saying that last week after the win, Brandon Aubrey should have his own hype song because he's like a closer. Do you have a hype song that you go to?
Do I have a hype song? No, absolutely not. I love music, though, so that list is pretty long.
What's your favorite?
You always, man. No. Appreciate that.
But field goal kick.
Field goal kick, you need a square-toed shoe for that. I can drop kick.
Kicks?
I can drop kick.
Dak kicks.
I mean, we just mess around, yeah.
Pretty hard though. I mean, it's not as easy as people think.
No, I mean Aubrey's level, yeah. I mean, I can drop kick from the 10, but anything outside of that is no good.
I mean, speaking of that, how amazing you get when you see what he's doing, just like over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable what he does, and I always say, it's crazy what he does, but also his story and how he got here is pretty unbelievable, and so. Props to him, and it's awesome having a guy like that.
Does a 70-yard field goal almost feel inevitable with him?
I won't say anything. I won't speak on that. I'm very superstitious.
Superstitious or superstitious?
Very.
Last year, this Pittsburgh against Allen could help this offense down. Struggling at the Saints this year. Same coordinator again. What do you all feel about going against this top-tier defense?
Right. I didn't play against the Saints last year, so there's that. But also, just going in every single day, studying, but also staying on our P's and Q's and making sure we're clean is the key for this one.
You talk about Dak playing well. It's almost like nationally it seems like, wow, it's a surprise to them to a degree. It's not a surprise to y'all, like what he's doing, right?
Yeah. You know how it is. If you got a star on your helmet, they can say whatever they want. But, the only opinions I care about are the ones inside this room. And, we see what he does every single day. We see how he approaches every single day. He's the first one in this thing, and he's the last one out. It's honestly no surprise to me at all.
What's his control at the line of scrimmage like for you?
It's unbelievable. And that doesn't just start on game day. It's not just on game day. It's walkthroughs, it's practice, but it's also in the locker room. It's we got times where okay, it's time to lock in. It's time to be serious. But also some of that also goes back to what we do off the field and how we create those relationships as men, and getting closer to Dak on a personal level and also on a football level. It just makes it that much easier to trust and that much easier to say, hey, this is what I need from you and this is what you're expecting from me, and I'm not taking it any wrong way or something like that. I just know this is what he needs from me for us to be successful.
We saw times with McCarthy and Dak obviously gelling really well. Dak would talk about like the Thursday night meetings they would have. What have you garnered as far as like how that connection is with Shotty and Dak? It just seems like they're kind of rolling right off the bat.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's from a as a guy standpoint, it's hard not to like him. It's hard not to like Shotty. But then when you get into football, it's two great minds getting together and meshing and then just talking through stuff. And we go out and practice, and we're not just walking through all the time. We're running, and that's our emphasis. That's what separates us is how we practice. So, Dak, Shotty, they both approach practice the same way. We're trying to make this harder than the game. We're trying to get these looks harder than the game. And I think we're on the right track.
Brian talks so much about just trying to fit what he wants to do to his players. Is that his greatest strength? What do you see as far as that?
Yeah, I don't think I could honestly pick out one singular strength. I love the way he approaches the day and each and every day, and it's never, I got a bad day today, I'm going to be a little quiet. It's always the same, and he approaches it the same, and he also expects that out of us. And from a player, you can see that coming from him every single day, and it's easy and it's contagious, so it's easy to buy in.
I'm good. I'm feeling good. So the plan is going there, and play. That's what me and Shada talked about. That was the trainers talk about. So yeah, I'm just trying to go in there and see how it goes. So at this point I'm playing. So we're gonna see how it goes.
How challenging is it for you to manage something like that? Because you're not a guy who goes half speed. You want to go half speed, and you're also not trying to put yourself in harm's way when you're dealing with something like this.
Man, I'm like I said, I got an injury last game, so I'm gonna keep it the same. I ain't never been injured, so I'm gonna go out there and play the way I play. So whatever happens, and they gotta take my whole show. I'm a soccer for me not to play, so I'm gonna go out there and just try to be me.
Are you fighting any pain, or is it manageable, or where are you at from that perspective?
Nah, it ain't no pain. I think it's just like contact stuff. So I'm just going there, just try to be me and see what happens.
It's scarier because it's a neck injury.
Nah, it ain't really no neck injury. It's basically like my trap. It ain't the neck. That way I ain't in a neck brace no more. So it's basically like my trap, like a stinger. So we really just trying to do what we can do with it.
Can you bring us through what happened?
I had heard of the Eagles game. I had heard the Eagles game, and I got hit on a kickout return. My back of my helmet went into my neck. That's when it been bothering me ever since the Eagles game. But when we played them, it just reactivated when we played them last game. So we basically just trying to see how it goes with the contact and stuff.
So there was a moment in the Giants game that sort of flared it back up?
Yeah, pretty much when I got kicked on the kick return. But the trainer stuff thought it was my neck and stuff like that. That's why they put me in a brace. But I kept telling them, man, basically just it's my trap, you feel me? So nothing really wrong with my neck.
Scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate what the pain is?
Right. It really wasn't no pain. It's just like a big old stinger. It just stuck right there. So I say pretty much like a 7. It really wasn't it basically like a stinger, how you have a stinger in your shoulder, but I got it in my trapezoid, so it hurt my neck and stuff like that too.
Have you had any contact this week at all, or is it like?
I tried to go in there today and try to see how I feel. It felt good, I'm just trying to go day by day and see how it goes by Sunday.
When you get to the stage on Sunday, would that be I don't know if you want to say your game time, but I don't feel like you're is that a real test for you?
Nah, the real test for me today was to see how I feel when I was, trying to block those guys, see how I feel, stuff like that. So like I said, the plan today, based on playing, so, that's what we're going to lead forward to.
Is it something you can forget about when you're getting up to your top speed?
Oh, yeah, I ain't worrying about it. I've been told them, if it ain't nothing wrong with my neck, I'm good. If it's just this, I can continue to play through that. I just got to watch how I get down, not taking necessary hits.
Last one.
No, not really. It's just when people, when I get a massage and they dig in it, that's pretty much when I really feel it. So I'm really just trying to go and just keep it off, keep people off it, just let it relax.
I know you're just a rookie, but along your football career, who's been your most influential teammate?
My most influential teammate, got to be J.C. Latham. Just somebody who I essentially grew up with. We went to IMG Academy and Alabama together. We both grew together. That's my brother. I love J.C. to death. That's my brother. So definitely J.C. Appreciate you. How you guys doing?
Good. Talking Turtles a little bit?
No, just about Big Shirley today. My Escalade. Yeah.
Looked like you took up a few snaps, at least early on, playing a little bit of center before practice started. Have you ever done that before?
I've done it in practice before a couple times at Alabama, but just being ready. You never know what can happen. So the best ability is availability.
How much more difficult is that to block after having the snap first and then block?
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. I remember one of the first times I snapped at Alabama, I just ran off the ball. I didn't even snap the ball. So I got to remember to snap the ball first whenever I'm at center.
2 games, you have success so far?
I played okay, definitely a lot of room for improvement. But the most encouraging thing about this past weekend, is that I saw myself get better at some things that I struggled with the game before. And as long as I'm getting better week by week, I can't be mad at myself, because I know I'm giving my all on and off the field to put out a great product for my teammates and this fan base. So as long as I'm getting better, that's the main focus, getting better every single week.
Some of those things you felt like you needed to work on to get better?
I'm really just running off the ball. I'm very, very critical of myself on technique, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter unless you're running off the ball. So I feel like I ran off the ball a lot better this game.
What have you learned about going to battle with Dak Prescott?
It's a lot of fun. Dak is a true competitor, and I play with. I've been very blessed to play with a lot of great quarterbacks. Like my last couple quarterbacks from my junior year of high school were J.J. McCarthy, Bryce Young, Jalen Milroe, and now Dak Prescott. So I've been very blessed to have a lot of great quarterbacks, and then just to have Dak, he's different. All those guys have that ultimate confidence to him, and they make you feel a lot more comfortable when you get in the huddle with them.
What did Sunday feel like for you, just getting that first win and the way you guys got it?
It felt amazing, and it's just a great introduction to the NFL and winning the NFL. It's tough to win the NFL, so that was a great preview to it, and I look forward to winning a lot more throughout my career.
Can you compare the temperaments of Brock Hoffman and Cooper Beebe, like personalities?
I think Brock is a little bit more intense. You know what I mean?
Is
Brock.
that the word we're choosing?
Yeah, I use the word intense. Brock is a little bit more intense, and Cooper, he has all the confidence in the world, and I'm wishing him a speedy recovery.
Is there a bigger trash talker in the locker room than Brock?
I haven't found him yet.
Is it unsettling at all so early in your career to have a center change out the position next to you? You have to communicate with a different teammate?
Not at all. That's what football is all about. It's all about next man up. And Brock and I have taken snaps next to each other throughout OTAs and in training camp, so him and I have a familiarity with one another. And then also Brock has just been crucial to my development because he's somebody that I lean on. Pretty much I lean on everybody in that room. So I'm always constantly asking them questions about how I can get better as a rookie because everybody's been where I am, So just having that relationship that I have with him is huge, and I look forward to going to battle with him this Sunday.
How much of a confidence builder was it? There were a few plays where you kind of stonewalled that coach Schneider was their draft class this past weekend. What does that do for you to go back and see some of the other best talent in your class? It felt like you got the better of them within a
Abdul's a great player, you know what I mean? So it was just great to go out there and have some good reps. And then I actually met Abdul the draft weekend. Our dads actually spent some time together up there in Green Bay, so it was pretty cool to see him.
What do you think his emotions are coming into this one? Go back.
Obviously, there's some history there, but I think it's like every other week, and that want to go in there and win. And I feel like even going throughout this week, it feels like every other week, and hasn't really said anything about that specifically. Obviously, knows a lot of the guys on the opposing team in that. But other than it being a huge moment, a huge thing, no, we're not really getting that.
You know the Bears fan base growing up there. You know the Bears fan base who playing there. How do you think they're going to react when he comes out of the tunnel or when he's out there calling the game?
I got no idea. I'd be shocked if they really kind of put a lot onto us. I feel like they're. So I don't know. I don't think that's going to be a big thing. That us coming out of the tunnel, it's going to be, or Blues coming out of the tunnel, it's going to be something. I think we're there to go win a game.
What about for you personally?
It's cool. Obviously, I grew up there. I know a lot of the guys on that team, but very similar to, I think, Coach Flus, and then again myself. It's like every other game, and going in there to get a win.
You played against Caleb Williams every day in practice. What's it like game planning for him now as an opponent?
He's a talented player and a very talented quarterback with he's got a strong arm, and he can also use his legs and get out and make plays. As I've seen him make a lot of really good plays. So I know the type of player he is, and we're going to have a challenge ahead of us.
Lou said he learned a lot of lessons over, just kind of reflecting on how things went in Chicago. Have you seen a different Flus at all, or is it kind of similar?
I think so. I think certain things here and there. Obviously, it's a whole different kind of. His job right now is completely different than what it was in Chicago. So obviously in Chicago, being the head coach and everything, a lot more on your plate and things like that. So I don't know. I think you'd have to ask him specifics on that.
You see maybe a guy who's honing in on defense?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What was it like emotionally to lose your coach in that circumstance?
What, last year?
Yeah, when Flus got fired right after.
Tough, and but then again, this is a tough business, and I think everybody in this locker room has got a story about something similar, either whether it be a coach, whether it be a friend or a player. Is what it is. It's part of the business.